Thanks, Whitney. As we head into a new school year, financial experts are hoping the learning doesn't stop outside of the classroom, especially when it comes to teens and young adults. According to recent data, 74% of teens say they don't feel confident in their knowledge of personal finance, and 32% don't even know the difference between a credit and debit card. So True West Credit Union wants to teach them and wants to help. Joining us to talk about the company's new financial education simulation is Rachel Caballero from True West Credit Union. Good morning, Rachel. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, Kylie. Thanks for having me.
So talk about why it's so important. Maybe you haven't really talked money much with your little kids, but now they're 15, 16, 17 years old. They've got a job. Why is it critical to have these conversations?
I mean, as adults, we have problems living paycheck to paycheck, and we have to get financial counselors. And really at that teen age where they're getting ready to start life, they're getting ready to have all of these financial decisions coming up, getting their first apartment, their first car, going off to college. We want to arm them with the education to be able to make good financial decisions and start out on the right foot with their relationship with money.
So talk about budgeting. How do you approach this with your kids? What do you tell them about a budget and why it's so important, and how do they structure it?
I mean, my kids are little, so I've got 5 and 7, and we do talk about budgeting in the home. So they earn money for different things they do around the house, and then we talk about how important it is to set aside money that you can spend, money that you can save, and money that you can use for different charities or things like that. So even at a young age, you can teach them why it's important. And then as you go shopping with your kids, if you're going to the grocery store or going to buy toys or something like that, being able to tell them that you need to stick to a budget and why we can't go over, because then we might not be able to afford other things, I think is important to teach even at a very young age.
Credit card, debit card, what's your advice for teens out there?
They need to know the difference, which a lot of them don't. You talked about that earlier, but as long as they know the different steps to manage credit wisely and start a really good relationship with it so that they're not getting themselves into debt because they don't understand, that's really the important thing to know.
And you have this simulation, which sounds really cool. Explain what it is and how people can get involved.
So Bite of Reality is an experiential financial simulation. It was put together by the Richard Miles Johnson Foundation. And essentially these kids come in, they get a persona that tells them what their job is, what their income is, what their credit score is, how many kids they have, and they get a chance to kind of live as an adult and make these decisions in their lives in a safe environment, where then they've got a credit union table that they can go to when they maybe live a little outside their means, to get the financial counseling to help them manage that budget better.
And if people are interested, if parents want to sign their kids up, how does that work?
So they can go to truewest.org, search Bite of Reality. We've got all the information there on how to contact us, and we run it in schools, we run it at different nonprofits. We're going to start running it just for community, so they can get involved that way.
Certainly sounds like a really good simulation, I think, for anybody to do, but especially
Absolutely.
those teens as they learn budgeting and where money goes. Rachel, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a great day.
All right, let's talk about your weather forecast as we head into your Saturday.